something very close to Reserve Bank of India's heart, CBDC. I remember even a year back, there are shops outside Reserve Bank of India, Honeyman Circle. They were using CBDC, encouraging the buyers to use CBDC. Banks were sending email continuously to have that digital currency. But it's going nowhere. Is it gone into hibernation? Because people are saying, if you have UPI, why do you need CBDC? You keep on talking about cross-border money flow, it will be much cheaper and all, but we don't see, it is not yet taken off. Is that correct assessment?
No, I will disagree with that.
Okay.
You see, we have to remember that CBDC is, what we have done in CBDC, it's a pilot. It's a pilot project. It is still in experimentation stage. And we never intended that from day one we will go for a nationwide rollout or anything like that, because after all, we are dealing with currency. The safety and security and the robustness of the design and its, the security aspects is very important. It has got also other implications for monetary policy for the larger economy. So it is a pilot which we are doing. It's at experimentation stage. There are learnings every day with regard to design features, with regard to the possible use cases where all CBDCs can be used, with regard to its potentialities. So we are on a learning curve. And we have said, and I have myself said, that we are in no great hurry to launch CBDC. There is no target date. We are experimenting it. When we are convinced that, well, this is the time to launch it, we will launch it. So therefore, what is in a pilot should be looked as a pilot. We don't want to announce a nationwide launch in a great hurry. So CBDC is very much there. New use cases are coming up every day. For example, giving CBDC, credit. Some banks have extended credit in CBDC to tenant farmers. Now, tenant farmers who do not have a land title or who do not have a formal registration of the tenancy agreement, to tenant farmers also, the bank, I think many of the bankers are here today. I would request some of the bank CEOs who are present here, who are into CBDC experiment, etc. Perhaps they may like to touch upon it and highlight it. So loans to CBDCs, programmed loans, that is programmed CBDC loans to tenant farmers, so that it can be used for a specific purpose. Like, for example, let's say to buy fertilizers. That CBDC can be only encashed and utilized in a fertilizer depot. It cannot be used elsewhere. Carbon credits also in the agriculture, that is also on this thing. That's also under experimentation. September, in fact, in this very, center, this Geo Center, when the GFF was held around, I think, 30th August, the Prime Minister was here. And he talked about CBDC, etc. And then we got this, after that, we had, when he visited our stall, we explained to him what are the CBDC features and all that. Then he was also very keen to know about what are the applications of CBDC, etc. Then the idea came up, and subsequently, I think in around the middle of September, the Subhadra scheme of the state government of Orissa, where they were giving certain cash support to women, to, that also was given in CBDCs. So there are many use cases in CBDCs. Corporates are also now giving CBDCs to their employees. Instead of giving them some vouchers for lunch or lunch vouchers and all, it is now being given in CBDCs. So there are many user cases which are coming up. There is greater interest in CBDCs now under the aegis of the BIS Basel, that is Bank for International Settlements, in CBDC for cross-border payments. So CBDC is therefore in experimentation stage, in pilot project in India. We are slightly ahead of many advanced economies, quite ahead, I would say, ahead of many advanced economies in this regard. But internationally, there is greater, expectation about CBDC. So CBDC, we have made interoperable with UPI. So programmability, interoperability, the facility of making offline payments are the positive features of CBDC. And I think CBDC will facilitate cross-border payments in a much more efficient and cost-effective manner than anything else. About coexistence with UPI, about why this thing, if you have UPI, why are you having CBDC? I think both can complement each other, both can coexist. And let me leave it at that, because if I go into further details, I don't want to deprive you of other questions. And I think I would expect, it will be really good if the bank CEOs also touch upon it. No compulsion to the bank CEOs, it's their choice.
Thank you.